Today na Thursday, the 14th day of April 2022. Yesterday, we be there inside Parliament. Today, we still inside Parliament. You will not be there yesterday. Well, you miss about the certificate audit. Well, today you remember SALCAB? You remember big boy in the house? Would I be say then statement then the big boy in the house? Under whose condition where Honorable Tawa be get for say if una dey try for prime me, I no mix again. You remember SALCAB they make boku money. No, later we learn say SALCAB they lose boku money. I just try for see, if you really remember, Dave Katie. Okay. The president been go na the opening of Parliament. Who say they talk all the good work we be done do. Now he talk say SALCAB they make better money. Down the road, the Minister of Information, Mohamed Raman Soare, been go na Parliament. Say they need for privatize SALCAB. Wetin do? SALCAB no they make money. And no know that be give the presidential information for go talk say SALCAB they make boku money, but him be go say for privatize because SALCAB no they make money. Now they Honorable Tawa now he be the chairperson. Now he be the chairperson that day. So them one begin for Benham, Quissam, Tonnam, all kind way. Now Honorable Tawa, just like the name implies, be get for Tawa say no. If na so no more they want do thing how they want for do one, he no mix. He dey resign. Yeah? Why if I talk that word today? Right now, about the domot, na dey. All kind thing they do because of that particular incident between. And at that 10 day, now in the Minister of Information say in the big boy in the house inside Parliament. And the parliamentarian they not be agree for that word today. Not be agree then Tawapara. That particular word where he talk say in the big boy in the house. All this become under SALCAB. The acquisition. Then left it God. Honorable Tawa resign. Now the ministry make like say they don't understand again. Warawere Zoodlabs take over SALCAB without the approval of Sierra Leone Parliament. Imagine, after all that go. If you remember, where Honorable Tawa begin grant interviews now. Now he talking. Say, Zoodlabs don't take over. So, even waiting if for do, where he not be able for do, where he resign, where, okay, somebody else for come and do the job, and she say then vet them properly. No. But Zoodlabs take over. Remember Naya, when we be talk about ACC, waiting ACC been say about the one them where the name be appear na the Auditor General in report. I don't know if you still remember or you forget. You know say, what them be they say, SALCAB get 6 motoka them. But the 6 motoka them, the name not SALCAB, not under SALCAB in name ide. The 6 motoka them. But na SALCAB get them. But you know they under SALCAB in name. I want to go there quick. I just look for them. Okay, good. I don't see them. The 6 motoka them owned by SALCAB. So, we be land say Zoodlabs self they use the motoka. Even though they no go through parliament. But then we don't take over. But what the ACC been tell we say? Then tell we say Zoodlabs take over 23% of the shares of SALCAB. And so ACC tell we. Parliament say Zoodlabs no carry nothing at the table. Nothing. They no carry at the table. Even they ask whether na SALCAB. SALCAB na Sierra Leone Cable Limited with internet service. Na SALCAB. The internet, the service, the entire, not to the providers them, the service of itself. Na SALCAB. Then you get the providers then like AfriCell or in the providers them. But the internet itself, na SALCAB. Sierra Leone Cable Limited. So, how ACC able for determine say Zoodlabs don't take over 23% of the shares of SALCAB where Zoodlabs no go parliament for parliament approval? Why make ACC not pick them up that 10 day when then they try for Fenont about this SALCAB them motoka them? Is somebody listening here? This now waiting ACC be tell we in regards to waiting the Auditor General in report. As far as the auditors then concerned, then say the motoka then no they under SALCAB and a SALCAB get motoka. ACC go verify. Where ACC go, ACC say yes, 23% shares. Now in Zoodlabs don't take pan SALCAB. How ACC determine that? If Sierra Leone Parliament is telling we otherwise, or they tell us otherwise, anyone now, the mixed stick. You say waiting? Alright. You say you are here, not so? Okay. ACC. I don't know how I end up kind of since the Salon Parliament and Zoodlabs we talk about. But now una tell we now una report say Zoodlabs get 23% shares of SALCAB. How? Uda approve them? Because as far as Parliament concerned, they say they don't know. So ACC, why una not pick that up? Why una not pick them up or una be they do na investigation? Or una na di motoka no una bin go for? Hi. ACC. Alright. But yeah, through Radio Democracy, fambul them. Let we listen.
Zoodlabs na technology company where they work na for improve internet connectivity na the country. And this company, they don't take over the operation of the SALCAB Limited SALCAB. If people can remember, the unbundling of SALCAB inside 2020, now one way we make the chairman for the Transparency and Accountability Committee, Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte, being resigned in position as chairman because of confrontation will be happening between him and the Minister of Information, Mohamed Raman Swari. But the reason we make them want from bundle SALCAB. but this issue not been solved, and later Zoodlabs been begin the operation. And from where Zoodlabs begin the operation, concern don dey comot from first who command dem na SALCAB, and this concern na one wey don draw the attention of parliament. Wey this make the chief whip for the All People's Congress Party na parliament, Honourable Hassan Sise, don raise concern about the Zoodlabs agreement from where they don begin the operation na the country.
There was an advocacy group in this house that was talking about advocating for debt cancellation.
Okay. Election they come. Everybody, they try to make them voice be heard. And from the opposition, the All People's Congress, you get Honorable Hassan Sise, where they try to remind the parliament, the House of Parliament, say, people then be they go around when a budget advocacy network, and then be they walk around say, then they try for make we beg them one day we owe boku money from. Do ya? Then they look we ping like pikin they will not get mama and papa. Let them sorry for we. Let them cancel the debt where we owe. So Honorable Hassan, they remind the house. We don't talk about that one day now. I think that Tony be make mention, and I think Usman Tolly too. But where would they go?
I want to remind you and this house that Zoodlabs is one that already the SALCAB, which have been taken over by Zoodlabs.
So it is say SALCAB now one will be to us save money, but now Zoodlabs don't take over SALCAB.
Was one that benefited from monies that were loaned to this country.
SALCAB be benefit from money where they loan. The Tony be make mention of that. Money where SALCAB be go trust in we all name because they're in the country. They go trust money in we name. And now other person don't take over SALCAB without Parliament no see the document where then get with that person there. Where anti-corruption tell we say na 23%.
That is one. Number two, Mr. Speaker, we also have the gateway, the Braddock communication.
Okay. Remember, now from the opposition. And the opposition, their own chief whip. Now in the talk so. Until you know, when the opposition can talk, how the other side can respond. Wait, let where they go.
A company which for all intents and purposes was a territorial company in the Western Maryland and Virginia area. Now, they came here and took over monitoring the gateway.
Okay. We own internet service. We own gateway where na the road. Yeah? Na like lunge. Where be say we want use plane for go inside salon. I not say helicopter. Or I not say helicopter. Where we want use the Boeing 737 or 777. Na lunge airport you get for go. Without that, no sign no day again with the land inside salon. Cause that run with the self noddy. Yeah? Now in like SALCAB for internet and Sierra Leone, the gateway. He said we gateway. We hand over and give person. Where any kind yuki if hacking take place. Not tell me say we not get information we hackers then no need to as a country. The banks them, they all. Now we get with that one day. He said we take them, we hand over and give a company.
But in real terms, what they are really doing is called aggregation, which is completely different from monitoring the gateway.
He said waiting then they do call aggregation. Where even I don't know how you do in your investigation. No. It's even different from the work where they say that they can't do, whether for monitor we gateway. From monitor gateway, it don't come to call aggregation. Now so allegedly, the Honorable, they tell Parliament right now about Zoodlabs.
I want to draw the attention of this House, the chairman of the committee, to those issues so that they will be brought to this House, not only at committee level, to tell us what are they doing.
Okay. It say make them come, bring them come, not to committee level, or they can go inside committee room number, this committee room, no, but for Canada, the main house. Let Zoodlab, let them can talk waiting that they do in a salon. Who's work with them they do? You know why? Because they not be go parliament for go tell them say now A, B, and C. Now they supposed to do. So Honorable answer now they say, if he say then they do all that in them. Apart from waiting, then say, then they do. All right.
Is concerned, waiting the leader of government's business, Honorable Matthews and Numa, gets for saying.
Now let we listen to the leader of government business, Honorable Numa. It's yesterday I been talk where they talk about the consultation in being carried with Udat Christian Atop and all this thing. Let we listen and today waiting he say.
I'm not in any position to disagree with you.
Bam. Now how can say the opposition and the rule inside the parliament and they ever agree. Pass we can to the money side. Well, today they don't prove we wrong. Today, because even yesterday they argue. And how different things say the SLPP na party of peace and waiting the bastardized constitution and nothing. But today, the first thing we Honorable Numa say, he say, waiting Honorable Hassan don't talk. You're not in the position safe for deny or for argue. Okay? All right.
At the moment, I'm not in any position. But believe you me, we need to come together. It has more to do with our personal security. But for me, I see.
But believe you me, we need for come together. We need for come together. It gets more for do with security. Because I don't tell you, say, Zoodlab, the gateway, that then for monitor them. You there?
We allow the committee to take the first step. Because gateway is not something that you can joke with.
He said gateway not to something for joke with. But Honorable Hassan, they say, then for count there, now the main parliament. Not to forgo na the committee room. But in they say now, no, let them go first na the committee room. Before them go count na main parliament. Na the main bowl. Moka say, he said, now this would expect from APC constructive opposition. The Honorable be there on point. He hope say all other MP them go follow suit. Because this, who say grip Honorable Numaso, he don't tell say no get no argument. He know they argue safe now. He believe say this stuff for security in the country. Because it's a gateway.
All issue about Zoodlab is becoming embarrassing to me.
He said the whole issue about Zoodlab, they become embarrassing to them. This is the same issue where became the Minister of Information na Parliament. When self they go court bongo, where he end up make Honorable Tawa resign. Because he said they twist him. That's the exact word we use. He said they try for twist yan. Now, the leader of government business say this issue they become embarrassing to them. About Zoodlab. Become embarrassing. Why?
We had an agreement that we should have an understanding that we have the agreement sometimes last year.
He said because we be get an understanding with them say the agreement what they make with SALCAB sometime last year, then for out in a parliament. Hey, boy. We get we internet service in the country. The people how they ban them. Parliament left them so no more. Eh?
We have the minister and his team, the ministry, they have failed to do so. We don't know what.
He said the minister and his team and the ministry then fail for come with the agreement na parliament. What do you be the expect for parliament for do? This is something from last year. Who don't give them the right say for even start operation? Say SEC they tell we say they don't get 23% without even going to parliament. Eh? Okay.
What is the problem? I think it's high time for us to look into this issue very seriously.
So, Honorable Numa say, in things say, now the time this for look into this issue very seriously. To say talk me, Honorable Hassan did well for bringing him up. And it better we they not play politics with this one yet. Because Nayana Salon. It better they not play politics with her yet. But Honorable Numa say a high time for make them come with him na parliament.
About Zula, because transition from SALCAB to Zoodlabs was not a palatable one.
He said because the transition from SALCAB to Zoodlabs not look correct. Not look correct. Big boy in the house. He named the play underneath better one. But he get the one they waking the right for him. So let them not mix and do. You know tell and say na, you know talk say na sell. You know this, you know that. But my dear, na Salonia. Trust me, gameplay.
And some of us are concerned. And up to, as I speak, people are still grieving with what happened.
He say as he speak, people are still a cry for waiting happen. Eh? As he they talk. Because you know say beaucoup people in a SALCAB they lay off. They lay them off. They not even pay them. Eh? And this they say in get 23% of waiting. Eh? Yeah.
So for me, I believe it's a concern of the House, a legitimate concern, Mr. Speaker.
Him believe say na a legitimate concern. Kudos to the House of Parliament. But una not disappoint we yo. Because sabi una. As soon as ki make yep. Then before you marry, una lost like salt na plazas. Like sugar na tea. Eh? But anyway, we need to give up on her. Okay?
So I use your good office. You inform the minister again.
So now, the leader of business, they tell the speaker, say, do ya make him inform the minister. For say, the leader of government business don't try to forget the minister in attention for come with the Tina Parliament and the dodge. For make him talk, say, do ya, in the ask the speaker, say, do ya, I want make you inform the minister, make it calm. I want to look inside you. Okay.
I have done already.
He said, he don't do them already. When me say, enough forthcoming. Now I make in the tell now the speaker say, Papa, you do an now ba. Maybe if you do them, it go come.
That we are concerned, we want to get this agreement.
They want to forget the agreement between Zoodlabs and the ministry concerning SALCAB. Simple. If Kuku Jumuku no did it, then for don't count on a parliament. No, so. Eh? Now then they make with the think otherwise safe.
Otherwise, we don't want to. put a motion here to stop the operation. We cannot do that.
He say, otherwise, we no want for put a motion for stop Zoodlab the operation. We no want for do am. Why? Why? Eh? Why una no want for do am? Me dey ask. Okay. All right.
Why are they failing to bring the agreement?
He dey ask back o. Now in dey ask say, why then they fail for bringing this agreement? You want make me answer? Because there is kokujumuku in that agreement. Ah, la la. Yeah. Okay.
Over 1 year.
Over 1 year. Don't Parliament say they no want for stop there? Eh? Then, is somebody understanding how the game is being played here? Over 1 year, they not bring the agreement to Parliament. But then they waka. Then get SALCAB Buntka then they use. Then he say they no one for stop there. Because if don't stop them, for say the internet go down. Eh? I mean they no one stop there. Over 1 year. Oh.
Let them bring the agreement here.
Make them count with the agreement in Parliament. Eh? Make them bring the agreement in Parliament, period.
Boston Munda, now the chairman for the Information Committee in Parliament, say the committee will ensure say this agreement reach na Parliament.
Okay. So Boston Munda say the agreement go reach na Parliament. Who's them?
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the opposition whip for bringing the attention of this regarding the issue of Zoodlabs and Bradco. Of course, we have discussed the issues of Bradco. The whip himself was part of that meeting, and we summoned the management of Bradco and NATCOM. We have made it possible for the agreement to be here, certainly this week.
Okay, this now the agreement they talk about to the Zoodlab, you know, yeah? Wait no more.
We have the agreement for Bradco, and equally for Zoodlab agreements must be brought to this parliament. So be rest assured.
When?
Bam. He say that other agreement, they come with him this week. They can Parliament. He say una rest assured, una chill, take a chill pill. Say Zoodlabion self they come, and the question was asked when. Who's them? Cause no one tell like Aberdeen Bridge. When?
Next week.
He say next week. Okay.
Next week.
Yes. So be rest assured, those agreements will be here.
The unbundling of SALCAB to Zoodlab issue still not resolved yet in Parliament. But with this new issue, we don't grab back. We get to do with Zoodlab agreement. Remember then at Parliament, they ask for waiting will be the next action from Parliament. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pias the reports.
We want to tell Princess Pias thank you. And Radio Democracy for that report today. Waiting you get out of waiting we lay a table so. Zoodlab. The acquisition. SEC tells you na 23% they get. Now they will hear from. So they get 23%. When then they do the investigation, now that's them fair not. So now then tell we, and now that's what they take. Okay? Zoodlab then get part of SALCAB, then property them. They not even go through parliament. Over 1 year parliament, they say, Unaka with this paper, look, can put on a table. Mba, they not do am. Usman Toli, welcome on board, sir. You get the platform.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. As I say, the issue of SALCAB, I believe, say somebody they or a group of individuals then they where they play game. Some shady deal go don't happen a year. I mean, you go imagine 1 year after they don't sign an agreement. As we speak, 30 day the contract no reach the parliament yet. And by right, the parliament supposed for approval here. Until a member of the opposition get for bringing under their attention. And as you rightly say, Triple A, we all know what thing will happen with the issue of SALCAB, where they try for unbundle. And now an issue where the Honorable Kipatawa began for resign in position as chairman of the Committee on Transparency and Accountability in the Parliament over integrity. We all know, say, SALCAB, then they say they go on bundle to that of submarine as well as local transmission, where it provoke a good number of public outcry. Then a good number of the public they believe say they want for privatize the company, where government been come out, they say in a kind of PPP model, where it just means in a private partnership. A good number of we, including this we, medium more the use so, we come out, we condemn the idea. And we all know, say, SALCAB, now a sort of institution or a sort of department or where the Minister of Information, Abdurrahman Suwari, now in the supervisor, now in the header. And when this confusion be arise between that of the Minister of Information and that of Rahman Suwari, we all know say keeper Honorable Tawa being for talk say then they try for twister. Because if the president in one of his speeches that will be making a parliament, if they don't praise how SALCAB they do very well, they can you rightly explain on Triple A. So how comes now, then they come to the public and can't tell we say they want for unbundle because the company know they do well, we know they get better penetration in terms of the cost, very costly, to the point that the 1 million annual service loan where they forgive to the company where initially borrow the money for let them bring SALCAB na the country, they not be able to pay that service loan day. Because then for they pay the service loan of $1 million every year. So if they don't come to the extent, they not be able to pay that service loan day. So that was one of the reasons where they advanced then why they want unbundle SALCAB, where make Honorable Tawa being raised suspicion. Say if una be on the president be on kana na parliament, you don't can tell me say, you know, SALCAB they do well. How comes now una say because the company already do well, so una they try for unbundle? That was the argument then. Triple A, believe me, with all other listeners then, there is something not right here. There is definitely something not right. And you make mention of the fact that the ACC, which is the Anti-Corruption Commission, in their own investigation, you know, then try for incriminate that of implicates that of Zoodlabs, to the extent that even some of the vehicles them will belong to SALCAB, then they use them. Then they use them where they not register under the name. They under the name of SALCAB. And we just find out, say, 23% of the shares now belong to that of Zoodlabs. When this agreement supposed for don't reach parliament, where Parliament for don't scrutinize them, for scrutinize this contract, this agreement, and approve them. But as you rightly say, it not reached the Parliament up to this date. And it is sounding frustration from the leader of the government, the leader of government business. Yeah, you sound the frustration, the way they expressed in concern over the whole exercise. The fact remains that the Minister of Information, when Abdurrahman Suare, na in suppose for spearhead this when show say this contract written at Parliament. And you know, Abdurrahman Suare na the main man this where insane in the big man at the house, the big guy at the house. And a good number of the public may point fingers at him, to the extent that even the man who had been there ahead of SALCAB, when are the director of SALCAB, they're not being, they see one side in terms of the unbundling process. So here is a contract for over 1 year. Yeah, 30 days in original Parliament. And here we don't see the truth. Wherein even a member of the same party, when Yuma, it is sounding frustration from him. It expressed concern over the manner in which this contract, how they procure this contract. And don't forget, one thing we know for sure in our country, yeah, one of the areas in which corruption they take place in that country, they now on procurement contract. I believe there's something to do with the contract. And if we can quite remember, AAA, in one of the submissions where Honorable Tawabi make, I make a quite clear say, you're not satisfied with the manner in which they award this contract. Because for award a contract to any company, that company therefore stand the test of time. Then therefore investigate that company there. What's not against them, what they don't do over the years in the sector. How creditworthy this company there. Yeah, how trustworthy, how effective this company there. Yeah, how reliable this company there. Before ever they award a contract to somebody. But if all them tier, then go award a contract to Zulab, and it stands, Parliament up to this time, they don't get contract. They are not happy. They don't see the terms of contract. They don't see that black and white print, that small print. They don't see them. What's not happened inside the contract day for over 1 year? And you listen to the other man where last talk, the audio where you listen to. He licked his stomach. He talk about other contract, which is not very, very relevant in this respect. And he tried to bring in the issue of Zulab without putting time. So there's a big suspicion here that this contract not the reach Parliament next week. There is a big suspicion here. You will tell me. Because he just put on vague until somebody asks him. I think the Speaker of the House or so asked him, when is this contract coming to Parliament? At the time, he said next week. Maybe he would not regret himself why he say next week. But trust me, listeners, there is something shady here. There's something not right here. Yeah, there is something we're not correct now here. This is why the issue of corruption, day in, day out, when they talk about that. Although, I mean, we all know, say, they don't see any issue of corruption here. But there is some suspicion here. Suspicion they play here. Because by rights, you know, one, the procurement process, they not rightly follow them here. That was why Chawa resigned in the first place. Yeah? And we all know before they give a contract to somebody, you get for scrutinize that person. You get for look at in past activities them. You therefore examine in statement, in financial statement, you therefore look at, in financial statement, vision statement, in policy statement, in achievements them. You therefore, interview, ask questions, but not enough short. Not enough short. And right so we see the leader of government business himself this time around. I therefore commend them for what he do. Because this is not the kind thing that we want to see in a parliament. When the truth happen, come out plain and tell people the truth. Not like yesterday, we'll listen to her, where they defend your party say, where somebody don't do you therefore do that back. And I criticized them for that yesterday. But here, in this particular scenario, we therefore be honest. We clearly say himself, happy with the way the contract go. And, it look very dissatisfied, very, very dissatisfied, as they say. So I believe, say, to a very large extent, that something is not right here and that there's something shady here. So I will stop here, give chance to my fellow panelists them. Thanks everybody where they're listening to. And we believe, say, we will get there because this issue, AAA, Awalo, we follow this very closely because these are the issues them what they talk about in terms of corruption. We then therefore go underneath this for long we know what happened with SALCAB because SALCAB, as the leader of government business, don't say, a very sensitive sector that one day in terms of security, and for other networks and for Thrive, I think say they therefore do well because now they make we get internet connectivity in terms of mobile phones and other things. Them it's important that we get that thing right. But here we don't begin to say there are some issues, some underlying issue in terms of shady. I will call on for now. So I will stop here. Thank you very much, Triple A. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's bring Tony Toure Jones. Let we hear what you get for you. Welcome on board, Tony. You get the platform.
Yeah, I go try for make a brief because Usman Toli and his friend don't say a lot. We share the same views. Abraham, almost 3 months, we share network radio. We normally host this kind of thing where they do so. Several times you attempt for Duam, you see the challenges where you may face with this salon. I've told you this several times, I don't say if we manage with institution, like we manage with personal property them, you understand, that they can't output the dollar what they get. A whole institution for 1 year, Parliament's not even getting documents and they still go ahead and doing business. Who is to be held responsible? This is not the way they run with. So now they can't output them now with the CISO. Or they see substandard outputs, the quality way they give out very poor. Even with entertainment industry, if we get we internet service, we'll get them right and run them well. Even when you want there's no problem if you want to privatize them. Do an international bidding. You get good companies out there. What some then are even our West Africa Day or Africa Day, where they look for virgin markets, they're like salon for invest. They'll probably come and take over and run them, and we make money and become more cheaper, and because of their stress. Just like how man told say, you have to do background of some of their companies here. But when now they're safe to themselves, that they sell ghee, because that particular ministry day that they want to sell that they want to sell this. All institutions the way they build, when you check now the world right now, the technology-driven world, and so many everyday people in this, every now within a village safe. When us are being the right, mostly see music and phone because of it gets cheaper internet facility. The musician and self when they sing, or the people when they watch move, when they this, self go they make money through them views that they thing and the way people they listen. So many opportunities where you go able for create. You have your own institutions. You understand? All wisdom. But if parliaments they do their work, I know they say they do their work effectively. If the way they see one of them come and point out the situation, the pitfalls them, they're able to chase and follow up some of the things they will they cry for that salon, far gone. If we don't handle the one and we don't go with the member for capital projects like airports or anything, and they win a bigger projects and now what we need. There's small thing that if we don't pass that stage a day, but because there are certain people that whether they do their work because they receive envelope, because they receive kickbacks, because now their brother or because now their cousin, now they want for buy that company day or now they want for sell share, that the output that what they see. If we not grab for doing business unusual, we want for take the same usual way. Say, hey, that's what APC would be there. That's what they want they do. They sell share to this, they give them they sell to themselves they make. That the same way we're going to go around circle, we're not going to forget a headway and we're not going to forget a better development in that country. We're not going to get a sustainable project then because what we make that 2-3 drink bag will see no man a corner. They say they want form company, they can't take over at the end of the day when bad business go because business they make projections. If they make projection when there is a bad time, they make projection when there is a bad time. In case your financial statement not favorable. That's the difference we see with Rio Tinto, another big players na Guinea during the Ebola time. They're still there producing, they're still mining, they're still this. They didn't run away like a Leone because previous administration, the same problem. They get so Remane or me or say the Remane go say, hey, wake up is salon business and salon. They go bring the car. Small shake. They forget to them they make profits. When they make profit in a financial statement, part of your profit you get for saving as a reserve. For unforeseen circumstances, and that's the you go now, you reserve, you plan back into your business for inject more life into the business. Some of this business, so they get, you know, they even get background. If you go, you Google, try for Google and know their background, they forget the successes and whatever. You know, they even see, you know, they even get better literature of their companies when they go down now we country. Just because if you not be paddy, I can't want Abraham, bro, now we tell this for enjoy, no go be 2-3 man, no go form a company in a salon, no take over this. The man waiting at the end of things, you get a brown envelope or you get something, you don't full up, inside ready for play. These are the situation what they see. Because the system not set in a way where people their integrity, no, they don't even think say the mortgage the country in development and the mortgage all USA will forget money. All USA will forget money. By now the world projects they come, rural connectivity, the last man and the last village, not say na water side, forget access to internet facility. You remember see them they dig say the passwords alone, they go and dig. Rural connectivity, the hype was so heavy, everything that internet will be cheap, even the classroom, then this, all the school, they will get access to internet and this and that, everything will be developed and nice. At the end of the day, few people will say that then the benefits or they not care, they not just care. Because when you look at the way with the handle situation as salon, it's sad. It's very, very sad. Because what they make, how on earth you go get a company, you understand? They can't take assets and liability of a company or they acquire. Or don't say there is a merger or acquisition. You understand? You they see they blame Yuki. Today documents them or whatever. Nobody not even gets a clear cut of waiting at the arrangement or waiting at the agreement. We still the struggle after 1 year. After 1 year, we still the struggle. People they run the country like that. They use personal property. They run the private, the government institution like they use personal property. When this administration came, the first thing they did, if this same one and that's come, they took away the international gateway they make call. Anybody they live in the diaspora, try for me call na salon, buy card, keku, or boss revolution or whatever way it is. See how expensive it is making cost to salon. Use that same quantity or value of card they will buy. Make let's say they call Nigeria or call Ghana or call Senegal or call Guinea or call the Gambia. You do talk more time than Sierra Leone. We take with international gateway. Whether that gateway dey for the bring revenue for even Sierra Leone. Even if Sierra Leone cannot compete with other players there, but that gateway, international gateway, should have been bringing more revenue for them. We go able to sustain them. You understand? But everything what we get, what for all as a viable institutions, we could bring money, we could make more people get jobs. Because if these institutions are up and running effectively, they create more jobs. Because open offices then at the region them because people get more one go for they do transaction. They must get offices now board, they must get offices now corner, they must get na Cambia, they must get offices now areas them. So opening up must create more jobs for people there, more livelihood, more opportunities, more this, more players will come. So many institutions that we have okay build upon. But just because certain people them they're not getting you 2 town lots or 5 town lots or 1 acre lots. This is their time when they visit there for a mass wealth. You dey kapu, you die go. They know they pakaba the all of blessed memory. You know kapu le karembra de kapu. You know they again. Outside they. They know what they all outside that day. All them people they we don't get. Outside that day, 6 feet. We all get for go. You dey get at the detriment of country where the health system is very, very poor. People they die for common sickness. Sickness will not go not for kill yourself. When you go able at least you could not get good proper care before if you die now no say this now God in term rich. But we run our institutions, the whole parliament we're responsible for serve as checks and balances, we for ask questions, we for follow up, we for dig. We see some people and they are not for don't know how to talk. Not just because the hands are tied behind their back. Because Bokuma see what he happened to Tawa. Just like how Usmatoli mentioned, just like how Uswe mentioned, Bokuma see what he happened to Tawa. And some of them are away go some man at the man. They want maintaining lifestyle, so they afraid for talk because it's make if you talk, you know go they get again, you know go they get brown envelope. So it sets him out to become mumu at the detriment of people suffering. So they make with man and they look with the call we shithole country because we have all the resources. Well, for turn we country around, develop we country, a population will not even reach 10 million. I can understand if Nigeria they get struggle because the population is over 150 million. Oh, they talk about a population of less than 10 million. The population number in Lagos is even more than the whole country in Salon. The size of Nigeria, the army number alone is more than the population of Salon. 10 million people, we cannot afford 24-hour light. 10 million people will struggle with internet. 12 million people, they suffer for water. 10 million people, they suffer for good medical condition. 10 million people, they talk about fake degree and fake qualification. Less than 10 million. Somebody tell me, say, the one the way they rule with effective. They are not effective. 10 million people, less than 10 million people. Other countries we can understand. Because there are more population, crime rates will increase and this. You have less than 10 million population with all what we have. We have institutions that we can leverage on. Institutions that are viable, we can run them and become more viable. Internet, they drive connectivity in the whole world these days. You know, in a village. That's why you see that if you call mobile phone, they call a device. Because with your mobile phone, and like you see on a Synconia village, you're able to get good internet facility, you're able to listen to whatever program in the world, you're able to connect to whatever thing, you're able to transfer money from wherever in the world with your internet, good internet service. When you salon, almost not to the salon, when you struggle for car there, just because few people sit down. They feel say that they don't tell this, that they don't tell for it, they don't care because they want to follow up the bank account, they want to buy house in America, they want to buy house in England, they want their money all over the world, and wait at the detriment of less than 10 million population. Who say they go? I mean, it's sad, you know. If Parliament they really do their work, but who they tell they happen? Because look what happened. Now one of them bring them out, ask question because it's tired. And so many questions that they wait under the table where they need for ask, they're not the ask because they're afraid. This is the thing that is happening as Salon, Abraham. This is the problem. We're not the seller no we already oversue, they suffer for go money genuinely, but happily they go Salon. We invest them. We go Salon. When team Apple for you not work hard, get you money, and wait till you call. If it's not the easiest way, you amass wealth, you are the detriment of people there. Boy, they watch news, you watch Facebook, they watch every day. You see people there. How deployable it is. We know inflation and national and the world, they not the world of thing. But we all started before even Ebola, before even COVID-19. Before even COVID-19, we only done the spike up. We don't have just go up. Then the bank governor go give away $1 to people. Because we cannot control. It's all quick fix. Institution that we can build upon. We could provide jobs. We go able to make, at least government go able to make revenue. Because more people get work, they go pay income tax. Then go those companies go pay taxes to government. Definitely, government must make. It's like plus one minus one. You give and take. But we have institutions. We all SALCAB. SALCAB, where they make money. The president said it, that this is a viable investment. They're doing very well. They're this in 2 months, 3 months, because something happened. It's dramatic. No one tells the show because that people then get their own thing for say. Less than 10 million people. Every day, I remember, less than 10 million people. Some man they go sleep, even eat for the one whole day. Some man they go sleep, even get light. Some man they go sleep, you get for water not in our house. It is go sleep now house, or water not because pump no open. People know they sleep na net. Just for gap na net for go get water. That can be street area. And they can house 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock area. You see people in the street, they get water from 2 o'clock morning on the way, 12 o'clock, the whole bucket they go get. Up and down, all rubber. Less than 10 million people. 21st century, and governments out, they come every day, they allocate budgets, they get that money, and this government, they tell say the internal revenue don't grow, they getting money, we get money. What are you guys doing with the money? So it's like, now themselves, they eat the money. It's like you go get money, you count how we eat. We give ourselves good allowances and bonuses, good infringe benefits, good and this. They know they feel effect, they know they feel blackouts, they know they feel nothing really, because every cost is borne by government, by the taxpayers. I mean, that's not me take Abraham. If Parliament they do their work, audits, reports, all that thing they talk about. So people are not going to embrace the money. You go afraid because say people are the way they ask you questions. That's not me take Abraham.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Welcome on board, Uswend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA, for giving me the platform, and thanks to Mr. Usman Tolly. I would just want to take a bit of trend from Musa Usman Tolly, just for give in other words, for support the side we talk about that something we fishy they go on in terms of the deal. But that one day from the ongoing, we don't know because practical evidence been there at Parliament between the buying, the selling, and the debt to then go take. And then they outside they relate now what they try for sign for them debt there and pull them. I believe Sinaim we been mentioned say Tony been bring light say some debt been there, who then we don't go take, like then go pay them one and that money they can show how they use them inside the audit report. So that's my one thing. So not only if I don't think they all long go trigger up and down. But again, you go see say what thing may happen when we get this fiber optic then bring them. Of course, now gateway. People then they ask about this gateway. In other words, then bring and cancel that then go able bring faster internet connection. Because I think in a line one at the West African something I think a West African line where they in charge for let you go connect this internet within the region. It run all the way from longer distance Asia through, but even they now the submarine. So the one that will be bringing at the gateway for let you go take and then now you pass on to other people and at them now then why I wouldn't see them they go check and forth before they pass on to people and they do peering that the network they connect to one another then they able to become faster. So but all the technical issues there, what you always see when they happen that's a lot and Boko in business will go on now that international relationship. International relationship in terms of doing business more on the other side they will get for press on. The lawyers they want to them, don't ask just to bring you say let me try go study more of this law where they show what person car how they go, how they pass, what you not go for do, say we go draw, say like the issue of even that mining, what will happen, would they say, well, in lock them for say thing. So all of these things, they careful. When we want an infrastructural development, we want any other thing, when a technological development for let it go come, go the human capital will benefit from. So you get to look at international relationship, how you they go make contract, who done are them people there, what are the impact, what are the value of the things they wouldn't get, because you talk of technology, which laws the way they behind this, because now if we bring them down, waiting bring this problem more with the case we in this the week go put in the parliament na two side the whole. You say that people that they be careful can check for we. Now then they be the border. Now then be like immigration. Not like we see in the airport. Immigration, then they check there for who that they come. Then they scan them for let them go past scan inside. So you see that side and that scanning now the message, because the message na encoded message. Remember, it they come as a fiber, now glass then they come. That message they encoded inside glass fibers. For let you pull on there, you take out, you carry and go other side, you go begin to spread them for let people and go get them. You careful keep that message they secure, because now in and outflow, now both way. You see one in, one out. But the way in the come, you're not going technical. The what thing they talk here, how then go secure them, how then able for manage them, how then go able pull and they like when they go see how they go buy ice, but the sandworm. If I walk out with ice, they say I reach up na hill, it go not melt. I go for put in a cool man. So that point where they pull them from that submarine point in the water, then you they care and go. How you go able for maintain them so that you go get waiting na the bandwidth, the width, the strength of them. So a person will able for benefit them. So you go say this way the internet is work fine or look what the internet they unbug so or they stream well. So at that point they try for bring say now, una instead of being a gateway monitor, they be a kind of a call aggregation. And that call aggregation of that now waiting they just can't do for see then they increase the data rate. You see the data rate now they just can't increase. You see, then get the other one, the carrier aggregation. And the carrier aggregation, now inform be part of the gateway work. When they check her, then they carry them to the people and how they get her in that bundle, the way they say, like what they say about I don't go melt. If they come in that streamline day. Now for that they see that they can go back to the other fiber till they upline so that in case then go able for push and let it go there. But Una gets a kind of a system or like a telecom or something on the internet for like go take for go to the local area network. It look a bit difficult, but only they try for say Una for check them with una device, then Una the try for monitor them. I go to the people and who want for buy and now wholesale. How they go use and the bandwidth, would I go use this, would I go use this? The traffic, where you go able for create the, you get for put that traffic there. But instead of you put the traffic, now more of a way for let you go get more. In other words, you dey load more passengers, carry and go, then the motor car will get accident road now. It gets a problem because the capacity where you drive for see and the bring come. So all those technologies and I know the drive for see, una careful look into international trade institution and where they wanna go able for bring policy there, wanna policy, wanna international. So even the outside world, even other investors then will come. But when you open the door to favor and influence, then you now open the window wherein you go see say there is going to be a light when they come for sure say this thing coming in, like the window, that like the window side on the way in be open for let them go see when it's a one parliament, then you find out say he get himself into hot waters where he get for go find his end on the back for something where he detects say he not go work fine. And they are now feeling the pinch of it in terms of all this where they go on, but then they ignore, but others and they try for user now as a landscape of political tension. We don't kind of and we say we don't create a tension because of now the calendar they go, let us say get a voice. But these are things when initial things when before they look into when they come by because they promise and go pay some money. I remember one point you bring this stock here, then get some money when they go pay towards certain things. Even some workers in was like when they do the unbundling because they don't do the unbundling. I think say now one side they sell, then they take out from the water side there, then the other one then go there special one who go there for care and go like where they get the cable and for electricity. All those kind of things, it look cloudy. So that one day being careful bring that down to where the man be say, this, the deal, the money, the method, the people and we council, we do them because Zoodlab actually to the country, they actually get business now with West Africa. But we don't know how far they've been bringing the technology for work in terms of doing this gateway. Because then we talk say when it can, that was the first boss say the price of the data don't come down, the competition. So they therefore give them straight away the contract. Say, they were always in the council, the price of the data don't go down. But it was the opposite way. Instead, the competition begin to change, the data know they work well, people they begin to carry inside. So all this, waiting at the money wouldn't be don't give for say they will give this. Instead, now take, or now more than can take from the government. So all of this is coming back to the area of doing good, robust international relationship in terms of dealing with technology when you try for bring inside a country for can do development. Because at the way that one day you go see other country get for admire and say, yanda, we were able to go there, we go do this. When you see an example today, like we say a place like even though there's something negative, they say like Rwanda, they say like the other place like Kenya. Because at present they get a bit of strong infrastructure where they see Brisbane and they go there, you get man go put the shopping center itself. I see that Kenya, then you get for say, well, okay, go this business no go do in Rwanda. Like the one where it not look fine, but it's somehow made because of waiting there where they don't put now structure, then believe say this one can go, this will go work there. Even though some of these things are different topics or we will leave out. But the point is that based on the infrastructure, where una they look say now. What thing then they try to do, the internet connection, it therefore be something with a global economical base. Because a global economic base when they put and on, it will become more integrated for people and they depend on them. Why? For digital technology, online activity, then they even e-commerce, what people they do business online, they get about the internet banking. You get about email, like then the general consumption now with the people and they what they get under the one they would in the street, then they buy under you what they want for go say they go streamline. But it all comes down still to the point of international relationship. Una vet the group, una know what's in the standard na the markets, una look back how the markets they go. They wanna look how the markets they go with the people and when they can't do the market to una, now so una go bargain. Because they say they bring for replace all the things they will be doing, they will not be fit for purpose. That was their plan. I mean, their boast where they say they don't come, they don't bring all areas where the things that they do, they will not be fit for purpose, they don't can replace them. But when you replace them, are you replacing them with good gateway checking and also the one where you say, are they give them that bandwidth of waiting at the carry for like I go give because I try to decode the message for like I go give them to the customer at a pace where you go faster. But instead, I didn't know more for like I will increase the data. Now in the party, try for complain about this. But I'm not going to go too much into that one day. The point why they always try to advise them when then they talk of an international business, it entails quite a lot we self not able to understand. But sometimes they get for include people them contact, people them and themselves get for people and get for get trained because I make a government strong. And you always see today, then they develop, then they go before. It's not the one that they try to get income, then they try to manage. Not the one that they don't develop, they don't put now the strategy and just they go. But who now will they still fight for them? When I go say, get big capital. Where we go say now business money this, we go buy this, we bring, we sell, we profit. I just they talk in the layman's idea. We not can forget technical thing because the world they become modernized, they become globalized. People and they rush for get money in a quicker, faster way. But tomorrow, when I can't allow them, now they see what people they do all sorts of salon now. People and they try for dupe people and they even tell you ring this number, press this number, on all these kind of things because the gateway is not being checked, wherein they will able for pass that one day so that they will get a secure something apart from the virus one. Now the one is for secure how the message is decode them. And when you decode them, now then you see hackers, they decode them for you, then pass them another method. So another one day you get for try, you look into as a government, and the one that will get at the parliament wouldn't be in terms of technology, let them go, they come, Let them go, they be members of this how they call them special committee. Let them get a contribution. Let them not sit down far no say, oh no, this side. If self you're not able, let them go call people and because there is something you get waiting we don't go ask for inside this so-called COP22. COP22, this global something in Canada, Scotland. It gets a lot of package when the people in Sabi for play with no more. We were able to get something from the one and the projects who then go write, what they go say because of it, because of that. Then don't no more. Then just do deal between themselves. Then go they make projects, put them out, then they get a bigger partner for can develop and because a part of waiting they will be don't go great say will they help you if do this. At that point that they try to bring from international relation now you need at the profit so when I country and profit no no they take tomorrow then money they can pass per other man there and now they see people in the Canada the country they can't teach me some things there then don't even begin to take the money from the wage man there and they see that one they will leave out for a few days then they are alone now because they say don't get the companies because of we for all might write the plan, we put out the but now that they come, they don't go write the plan and say, well, go, we go to this country. So then they give them because those are the people that we say they will not come, we will do this. But it's all to do with international relationship, development, modernization, and trying to catch up with the system. But something wrong in this particular Zoodlab where they try to say that they be the gateway keepers for we. Instead of being the gateway keepers, they do something else. Let God help our leaders and let God make them understand the need of this particular internet system in that country. We say them where they don't begin and left, they don't just try again and expand. Instead of they begin to change things, but it all comes down to change of leadership. But that one day again, nothing we will not be able to take control. It all comes down to who now we did what you know they do for learning things they are not going to occur. Thanks a lot. Let God continue for help help leaders. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfrain.
You was welcome, yes, sir.
All right. Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and who call from, please.
Yeah, it is not Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, maybe the only thing I want to say is it is too embarrassing. So embarrassing, day like today up to now. We they see but other African countries they move on the internet up to now. We the struggle. Not to make the common comedians and bloggers and salon not they make money that much because they know they get viewers there. Look the bloggers there or the comedians there where they make that short clip there in Nigeria. The out of the viewers, 100%, I can tell you 80% of those viewers there, now inside Nigeria, before the outside world you watch. I mean, most of they make money, they make pranks, they make because you get a lot of people where to watch the video there, the video inside Nigeria there. And I can tell you a lot of everybody now inside Nigeria get smartphones there. How many percentage of people inside Salo will get smartphone? Where do you even get even if they get will get access to that internet the way that they use? I make we comedians that struggle, we musicians that struggle, almost any part of media that struggle inside Salo. Because of that kind of thing they are. If that kind of thing they have the internet as them, they don't promise say, oh, that they make this internet tier to work good inside our country there. But who possibly decide for go inside and come in the business and create because they know say YouTube go to pay them. And they go to make money, they go get their mind busy. But when you get somebody who get degree in a back door, now that kind of product there would see. You see that kind of product there because they don't care. We get degree in a back door, through the window. So even the company, they're not through the window that they operate. They not go through the right channel. If they investigate, most of the company where they see they don't privatize them or where they not go through the right channel in a parliament, that they operate. Would I give them permission? Would I give them paper for operate? Because that person they probably will give them the paper or license or whatever, instead of getting your own paper back door or your own degree. Now the product of this, and then product the air with the sea. When you begin to lie, you continue now to go. You don't see the product, how it affect you. It means let me work in talk when this program is nominated for 3 months. We feel like because now that time we don't the small thing that we would do in our country today. I mean some people go and go so can go open internet cafe or I go open what is a way need we don't as Tony said, we don't see how the world inside America or even Africa. How many people go over there without a phone for a day? How many people right now the way the world on day? Unless like me, I don't do with my phone like 2 days because that even are based on religious issue. I just decide say okay that day I don't touch my phone. But without no religious issue, how many person go able day without a phone right now? How the world on day would connect? Because anything that we do, I don't know when last as you don't bear me laptop and do check it. Like you, I can understand on CDC, don't be a laptop, do it in there. But everything on our phone, people that they do. My phone, I dey pay me bills, then my phone, I dey pay me check my account. Everything they inside the phone they now as the don't make it. But what you make we don't enjoy that because the internet service, the company that the provider, even the phone company where they would, if your internet slow, is this that, you go see you go call it, they fix and quick. Unless it depends the kind of package we they use with them phone company there. But we own country would they talk this thing every day. In no art. Other Africa countries that they do, I don't forget about overseas. Internet connection are again a very strong, a very available. Come on, Guinea Bissau. I guess somebody they will make it talk what's up, where the time. I say, you know can sleep with. He said, oh, the internet are very good, is that. I think that they get the through Senegal. You don't see Narande with the talk. If they think they are available, that they bring more developed. People that go able to sell the thing there. If we calculate it, how many out of the last 7 or 8 million, how many million people there on internet in a salon? Maybe if you reach the maybe 1.1 or 1 or 2 million. Then at the probably the one where they now the major city there inside Sierra Leone. But all the rest, with everybody connected. Think that people that not go to war is because we see we local musicians, we local medias there, and think the way the apple go to show up. Like that other we found that side talk to the camera go. You don't see them kind of thing there. If not to internet, some of you not for don't see them thing there. Would you see how many people that they suffer? The government also we get you degrade back through the window. You know they able to produce well. Whatever you deal where you go to do now, share the deal there. Share the deal. Every because you not go and go through the right channel. Because you said how you manage inside the channel, you not say not to the right way. The government need to do something about this thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yeah. Welcome on board, caller. You get the platform. Your name and where you call from, please.
This now Martha Eronobi. Good evening.
Yes, Martha, you get 3 minutes.
People and everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Waiting me one add. I just glad that I'm able to stay awake a little bit because I go in and out of sleep since my schedule don't change. But I mean, it is so frustrating when you look at how this week country things they run there. You know, like for example, this past Sunday they talked to me friend on phone. This was like 15 minutes to 11 p.m. A Bella woman then a street, one for born, they look for motorcar for go cottage. It was really sad. My friend say, can I take her? I said, why not? Please do. Please, I'm a nurse. Don't let that woman to my pen stranded. And so a mama and a man, they big, so glad. So my question now is, we politicians and honorable them parliamentarians, I know some of them come on a Western world going to salon, saying they go make difference. And some of them still they travel, then they fly. They're not waiting at comfort. They not get conscious mind for think a little bit, say, how we country do so? What to go do different? Let people not suffer. Because imagine this now one situation where me just know. Imagine one who no what when they go to. People don't go die in a corner, not even know what to kill them, or how they suffer. Because facility not in place. But then all the money I owe you last year, we didn't say I didn't get. When then they talk and publicly, not so nobody asks them, and then they talk and then they boast. So now this one international sent to them. With them money, what's them do today? That's a me question tonight. What do they do with them money? How they put that in place? Or the money where ACC take with the past government that don't thief? Why we need to see her? You know, when they want a 98.1 or AYV, then just defend. Abdulrahman Soare. Come on now. What you not go do for make life better for we people in our salon? It's so painful. You know, now this is what me get for ad Tripoli and everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martha.
You're welcome.
Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
My name Musa. I call from Sweden.
Yes, Musa. You get 3 minutes. What's your contribution?
Well, my contribution is that the government of Sierra Leone, the pauper government, they never think about the Sierra Leonean people. This is just like a favor, like say, the man there, anytime you go to my say, but you don't do the really same talk. This talk what they talk now, so other person don't talk, other person never talk. But these people they fail for realize say the government are continuity. Okay? Julius Mara BOB say we income in government, it can't start everything new. Where they get our praise or say, now start this, now do this. Hello? Yes. So maybe they feel say like all team, now they can't start everything, continue to the last man, they don't start the former president, can't create everything new. But like the previous caller we call and talk say the money with them people are the thief, but if they get content, you understand? If you see today and it's like woman get the bold mind, he left the former president to get money for some country, now based on what she don't do. But the money with the thief, what you get for do that money? US, the most important thing you can live luxurious life, but you don't suffer generation yet unborn. You know, but these people don't get that conscious mind. They don't think about that. They don't care. But the same people in this today back, when they can go opposition, when they see things that the church will go on right, and the same one go they say back, APC they do this, so APC they do that, so but the thing when they in a power, now faith for realize who do they think. And I just talk to everybody with they side, APC with they side, any political party, if in luckily APC come back in power, let them continue the good work. Let them watch the good part of the SAPP and continue. And let them forget about the bad part of it. You know, because if they say who come back and be that in the day, we just really to go. You understand? So everything going to go back like back and front. You don't want the government not to for your pocket, not to go this government, not to for say like a club or an institution who just they do you have money, you just give command for ya. You come on at Europe, you see democracy. I don't really understand. I mean, we all be say, and then they pray for talking. You know, when man be we okay, we accept because we get a democratic business. Okay, now you know we okay, let's not just watch and see what's gonna happen. And all of a sudden, you know, we expect somebody not live now 20 years in England, who's a democracy day. You know that we put for talk. We supposed to talk to the opportunity members. Anything supposed to do not just violence upon violence. You as a president, you know, ever come out and take one good statement. You see, that now you go to the full campaign for the vote for. But when police they kill them, what thing you already play? You have nothing to say. So you see, now this is what this one. Let the government think about the people. But they stop for think about themselves. Whenever they stop for think about themselves, the country will go before. And let me tell you one thing. This thing what they do, keep for tell on them the future. In Peking tomorrow, we have a team up talk before and like one in Peking. You understand? Because they will tell us, oh, the government. That's it, for long get it. So you see, and I just tell all the Sierra Leoneans they don't continue patient and inshallah the better light they come and everything will be okay. You understand? Countries will hard time pass this and they come out true. You see? So patient APC in power will come back soon. Inshallah.
All right, thank you very much, caller.
Thank you.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Yes, good evening, AAA. Thank you so much again. Every day I go continue for thank you and let God bless we all. One thing I want for say about Salon, Nadia Komo, and I feel very passionate about Salon. Unfortunately, some of we not get much for say where it campaign waiting they go on. Other than we can say we mind una medium them. But the biggest complaint where most of them politicians and they get and people that were connected to the power grid na Salon. Then they talk say we waiting at the diaspora, we not get nothing good for say but Salon. But the reason why, maybe if we've been there at Salon, we self go say, oh, then they do well, then they try, then they this, then they that. But we know better. We don't able for compare things them to other country them and other people them or people them we want good for the country. We don't able for distinguish, make them differences in the. That's not one. I'm not gonna go over anything more than what Tony said. I mean, Tony talk like for say, you know exactly what we all when are concerned citizens them of Sierra Leone they think. So it don't say all dandy. But for buttress what Tony say, this not just some of these snippets, these few things and what we able for know. But me feel say there is a whole lot more when they go to that country they where we not even get a clue but you know what I go say? We all get for Daigo. Now legacy for some of them people then the history go judge them. God go judge them. God no go come on now. Now we hurt them because now they God day. It no go come on say for can solve the problem. But it then say now that way they go handle that country day. It's all about APC, SLPP, APC, SLPP. If for 61 years they don't do the country, waiting they don't do them, then they see the citizens, then they live the kind horrible condition where then they live. Almost percentage where they were tied to the political grid. Now I would say maybe less than 25%. But if not that way they then decide for run the country, then your term go down, other person will come. Not to all man go be president, not to all man go be minister. They got April. This not just out of sheer hopelessness and frustration. Because nothing not they get what anybody go do. Then go do exactly what they want for do. At the end of the day, when then time done, they get all the idea them for fix what they get for they want for fix. But when they get there, it will never be done. The laws they not go change, nothing not go change. So let God help we. People, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, yeah. Just call ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Concerned from Australia.
3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much. I don't listen all the other previous callers. All make sense. What make you always challenge Sierra Leoneans from time in history after independence? I can always repeat this. Name me a Sierra Leonean politician where we say he don't accumulate wealth, he don't die, he don't leave this wealth, a next generation don't take over this wealth and then become successful. Name me one. I repeat, make anybody name me a Sierra Leonean when a politician where we don't say this again money, power left or he die. A next generation take over a wealth, then successful. Zero. So I not see no reason why Sierra Leoneans are not can learn, politicians and they learn from this. Because if them politicians are all way beyond in Sierra Leone from after independence, then wealth where them we don't get. Now wealth will not be journey wealth, now wealth will get blessing. Then wealth where them we don't left, by now for don't generate industries and from them picking all they left, or then great grand picking all they left. By now, beaucoup people and for them they get job from them. But no, zero. And name me a politician who gets a factory in Sierra Leone, a manufacturing company. Zero. So that don't tell you say we no need for border again, but then politician. Me only advice of holding at the diaspora. If somebody get chance, go invest in your country and create employment for people. If we say that government will depend on is zero. In fact, what in the diaspora, where the left here say we dey go join politics for make people their life better. Now we worst past the people and safe way. No one day put their foot in a plane for be politician. Mark me word. In fact, now the thief past them. Imagine somebody in this diaspora. I mean, in 25 years, you don't work, you never even get anything substantial for do. You go put her into politics. So then thief money first, what they can buy now. Who's force the member for can buy overseas? Come on. So most time people who they come on the diaspora, we can go fight for politics. I'm not impressed. I go only impressed of a Sierra Leonean where they left here. Yeah, they go make a difference in people in life. Maybe some they go up in school, they go get other humanitarian things the way they do, like triple O two and they do. One are the kind of people they where they admire. But for say post you come on and no more say they go join politics, you go thief, you can't see their back. No, 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 no. I admire zero of them people in there. Because at the end of the day, it don't make any sense. You don't advocate now. I get experience. I don't see what you miss in Africa. I don't see what you miss in Sierra Leone. Where you go then go give you power, you blinded past anything. And let me tell you again something I see funny when they play around politics from the past election, the present election. When APC be in a power, they share money in the street with polos them to young man them. What is the opposition so they be add up? Then say, when I take the money now, money. Now again, I don't begin see videos them of the mayor of Freetown. They say, now when I just ask what's an Apollo and t-shirt we they give people no, but now just ask what's at the track record. So that don't say add up always can see dump and politician the way they left power. So you see how they mimic with people Where this one kind of power, I get it up and they shape the money in the t-shirt. The other opposition they say no, go take your money. Whether they power left and money don't left and I go say no. Now ask for track record. So it's short a shame. So I can look at how did they play in people in mind as Sierra Leone, how they laugh. When you be in a pie with the shape money in the street, people left you out up catch you say no, ask for track record. When this one in a pie and I get for shape money and t-shirt. So that's how the game they play. Now that na me own take. I say I'm very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, concerned Sierra Leone. Omar say, the way say after the Easter break, you want to talk one thing, but I call you to tell you no answer. You get 3 minutes.
Thank you very much for taking the phone call. My brother, what tell you, this is sad. But I've been on the talker all the time about Mohammed, Wesi, my brother na London, they call him Dramani. This guy, na wicked. The problem with him when I Salona greed. Sierra Leone don't become very, 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 very much greed. A very, very greed place. Sierra Leone don't become more and more greed. People are not care about a fellow human being, and they say this all the time. This Raman Soare now caused the problem where this Tawad go through so. Because of him, I make them put that young man who said it today. And I'm one of the young people and then what we need. This problem, I don't say this time without numbers. It get everything for do with constitutions. We then a place like America, like me, they watch C-SPAN all the time. Everything where them people here want to do, opposition, they sit down all by themselves, then call when something wrong, something where the news or something where the public don't they talk about, then they call the people away involved. Then they call and say, come, they come. You have to let them call somebody. Trust me, this minister don't go down call up. The people away involved, then go down call up. You everything the chairman or the guys that would in that community to talk about. Yeah, they go down call them guy, but they not take them make nothing. They not take them make nothing. They not get one respect. Who dare you for let the Senate or Congress call you now, United States of America, you not show up. Then they hold you for contempt. You don't go jail first. Who dare you? Let Mitch McConnell call you not come. Or Nancy Pelosi call you for something what happened, you not come. Now the House of Congress. But yanda it happen, we don't see him back the other time. Pass then go for 10, then the pass then go for beg the speaker. Hey, speaker will tell that cabinet minister day or that Palestinian for the really? That tell you because the constitution is loosey, nothing other inside it. Nothing other inside it. Let nobody not give me nothing but APC. They all not the same people them. Not the same people them. Now they all not wreck this country. The SSF be there with the same company have they happen the way that they do so. We be heading the same rumor where Kande Junkela be they tell we the last minute during Kande and Bakroma tell whether they just a sell, whatever. Sell a rutai on behalf of the people of the nation. We get them property, the people of Sierra Leone. Now the same thing, then people are not care. And just like what my sister say, now a handful of people, the 7 million where they I don't even think they reach 500. Where they suffer the remaining 6 million. Then guy, I don't understand the kind of wickedness. One thing the way you make commercial like you program where them they talk about, I don't know if you remember again, where you go remember, where like say if you want shop na free tongue, you can shop now, then go pick at the supermarket.
Yes,
I'll be the that commercial, right? Yeah. You know, say the top up systems have been there. Where you the top up now through thing. Guess what? Now we never go through the salon. I don't know if they don't get problem with Sierra Leone. I don't try over several because that's what maybe they do now. When somebody call me or I get problem for hey, me top up 9 and I say, well, no worry, I did top up you right now. So when we keep put like 10 or 13 or $14, then they get like 150 or 113,000 leons that they phone. It can last them for a long time. Now I never work. I don't try 3 times this week. 3 or 4 times, I never work. And the thing that they even go through, and they talk say this country something, maybe they don't get problem. Either the carrier, whoever on the company with them, they work that maybe they try for whole because now whole lot business in a salon. Maybe they don't try for whole hand water. The company itself don't pull hand, they don't withdraw. Now you're not able to. I don't try that 3 or 4 times. Relative in the community, hey, top up me now. I don't go to them. I don't try all kinds of even because they need able to call them on the phone. First you send message. Now the problem is everything a whole lot na nyamu na kapu. Like say they don't care about life, they don't care about that. This Romans were in a bad guy. A very, very bad guy. We need for change this constitution, change everything and make a new and put things them straightforward. 1 + 1 are 2. Not to 1 + 1 you cut that you got no. Because that's them guy then they call them from where mother be in particular power. In cabinet minister, anyone will cause problem. Where them call and then go for bio and then go for Kerda spa where they clean food. Then go for go cleaning food first, cleaning shoes, big gun for camp. Can you believe the disrespect what they wanted? Because then say if host not sell you street, they buy you. The parliament the way where them they make them people that they look that way. Because you're not parliamentarian, you get power past the president self, not alone a cabinet minister. You get power past the president. Now, when I get power, when I care, will impeach that president and pull and come on power. We'll just see what the Pakistan do. Pakistan just removed the president. Vote of no confidence. They pull and come on. Big Pakistan, where they swell a salon 2 million times. They just don't do one. When I get power, parliament, now when I no more get the power for outside of the nation where can go through the ballot for remove a president by ballot, when I can remove a president, when I can impeach him, if you do anything crazy, if we been get serious human being, because you got to put the party aside and look in favor of the nation, put the country first. Would they see how they happen now? When then they debate now, you see we get a senator now from West Virginia, we alter and a Democratic senator alter they go bigger. Because you always one side with the opposition, even though we're West Virginia and a red state. But it happened. We don't see that former vice president Kenny Gyalpikin, when he stand against your own party, now the same thing, what they do? Now they say, well, you get locked up, will not kill you. This one great minister from when he take over, whether the two companies, the telephone company and the internet company. I mean, internet, just like what Tony B they say, you try for go through Boss Revolution, that connection company, they told me they use card. Take it now with WhatsApp don't come. But WhatsApp, if you try for talk to somebody now WhatsApp, now free talk. If we're not able to talk for 2 minutes, the thing not reconnect, you get locked. I mean, try for go through phone card. In fact, when you call. You dey call, you dey read the phone the ring. Then when you try for call now, they say, if na $5 card you buy, they say na $3 don't left inside it. And when you do get that $5, then they say 13 minutes. Take that $5, they let you call Ghana or call Nigeria. You dey talk to S1. Whose side will they go? Even Guinea-Bissau, just like what my brother, they talk Patrick. Small Guinea-Bissau, big pass them. Who pass them? They're small. But now the greed, anyone we can then guy then count vengeance. Oh, we'll be done in a corner. We watch them where loot. We self with the can loot. Now loot business. Anyone with a pool, do you know the pool overseas, just like what the man in Australia said. He absolutely right. Now in Rebele, I don't check this now over and over. We lazy, we should don't have we don't do better work. So my mortgage or a refinance in wealthy house, he put politics. Where they win the column. If they go get a mandate ministerial post, you feel say that 20,000 or 10,000 where it be and then they get them. Now gamble, now Las Vegas then guy now Las Vegas trick 9 and This is so sad. It's so sad, my brother. Where with the struggles, Sierra Leoneans they suffer so much from this internet. What if you able connect for 3 months? Because you said now mommy born, you know people so they pay you. Now money they come out of your own pocket where you put now you begin and collect fee. You just spend and you need to get better. When they will get you have got for sit down. I not be blame you. Because you have now mommy born you money where for put in your pocket or put now you begin and collect fee. Now if you put for like get internet, you give them more, they need to give you any good connection. God help you, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wow. Okay. And so we go lock today. We take Easter break. We'll come back on Monday. My God power. They watch this particular Zoodlabs and SALCAB and Salon Parliament. Salon Parliament can come with force. But before you mara warawere, waiting can happen, waiting not can happen, and so they die. So I feel saying I make Honorable Hassan say, then they no go na that committee room. Let them can at the main bowl at Parliament. Let them candy. But let me see. But we yesterday na ground for this one. You cannot operate for 1 year. You no go show Parliament waiting at the agreement, and you still they operate. And Parliament say waiting them go do pass for stopper, they no go stop them. Oh well, if they no come, then we know why say because now they talk say they no go stop them. So if they no go stop them, then why them for go? But Honorable Numa, when are the head for government business, he said we don't try for call the minister. But this trip, it make the Speaker of the House let him invite the minister come. We dey wait. Yeah? All we want for Salon are the best. Best a relative term. But we know what you want. We'll be back on Monday. We'll take Easter break. Till we meet again on Monday. Triple say, Tata.